Good morning, students. Welcome back. So today we'll be looking at process costing, the second part of the question I was solving yesterday night. So the first method, we'll look at the weighted average method. Today we'll be looking at the FIFO method. FIFO means what? The first in, the first out method. Remember, we are still under what? Process costing, and we are still using the same question that I used last time. Look at the question on board process B. So the same question, I have solved weighted average. Now I'm going to use FIFO method to complete it based on the examiner's requirements in the question. Now under FIFO method, is similar to weighted average except for one or two differences. Now, one of the if you want to solve FIFO method using weighted average, examiner will give you the requirements. Number one, the opening WIP must be given. Number two, the cost of the opening WIP will also be given. Number three, the level or the degree of completion must be given before you can solve FIFO method. Now let's look at the question. Let's see whether the opening WIP is given. The opening WIP is 10,000 units. You can see the level of completion is what? 40% for material, and the cost is also given. The labor and overhead, the cost percent of completion is 30, and the cost is what? 7,680. You can see this information will be provided in the question. So that's the only way you can solve FIFO. So you can solve process costing using what? FIFO method. Okay, now let's go back to the question again. We've already seen the question and we have all the information on the board based on the previous solution. The brought forward of 10,000 units. This is the total cost for it. The input, the additional material that was received, the cost is 1,000 for material and 90,000 for conversion cost. Good. Remember the rules. You have to deal with what? The unit column first. How do you deal with the unit column? The first changes under FIFO method is this. This one here, this balance brought forward you have as 10,000 units will become finished goods. You bring it here as what? 10,000. That is the first rule. The 10,000 units you have here as what? Opening balance will become what? Finished goods as what? 10,000 units. The next thing, our WIP, that is our closing work in progress, is given as 15,000 units. So this one will remain the way it is, 15,000 units. Now what's our output? Our output will now be what? 20,000 units. So by the time you sum it together, it will now give us 45,000 units. Do you see it now? I've balanced the unit column. This is 10, 35, this is what? 45. This is 10, this is 20, that's 30 plus 15. So I've balanced the units. That's the first changes. This opening balance will become what? Finished goods. Then 20,000 will become, if you remember the last question we did, we have output of what? 30,000 or so. So you can see now, it's now what? 20,000. It has been reduced to 20,000 because of this 10,000 units on it. Okay. The next step, we'll now go back to computation of cost equivalent. So our cost equivalent, I will have my finished goods here, which is my unit. Then I will have my output, which is what? Unit is 10,000, output is 20,000, and my WIP of 15,000. I sum it, I have what? 45,000 units. So I will now break it down to what? Material and conversion cost. Material and what? Conversion cost. Now, at this point, another thing that will happen, another changes that will take place here again is this. For the finished goods, you can see I have it as what? 10,000 units. So we have to go back. Let's go back to the question. So we have opening WIP of what? 10,000 units. Then we have material completion, which is what? 40%. Now, at this point, students should be very careful at this point. What they are trying to say here is 40% has been completed. So that means we have 60% that has not been what? Completed. So it is the 60% you apply on this 10,000 units. So I'm going to say 0.6, which is 60% times 10,000 units. So that gives me what? 6,000. So I'll bring in 6,000 here. Because we are told that 40% has already been completed. So we don't need that. What we need is the 60% that has not been completed. So let's go to labor and overhead. What is the percentage of completion? 30%. So that means we have 70% that has not been completed. So 70% of 10,000, that will give us 7,000 units. You can see the changes. Now for output, it will still remain 20,000 units. Do you see it now? Then for closing WIP, we'll go back to the question. So we have 80% completed. So this one, you don't need to adjust anything. You just use this 80% the way it is. So 80% of 15,000. So that gives us 12,000. Then for conversion cost, we have how many percentage? That is what? 20%. 20%, that will give us 0.2 times. So while for conversion cost is what? 20%. Though I've added it to the question, 20%. So 20% of 15,000 units, that gives me 3,000. So I can total my cost equivalent. This is 6,000 plus 20, that gives me 26,000 plus 12,000, that is 38,000. 7,000 plus 20, 27,000 plus 3, that gives what? 30,000 units. You can see, look at it now. Our cost equivalent, material is 38,000, conversion cost is what? 30,000 units. You see it now, it's not difficult. It just, if you understand the rules and the processes behind it. So let's calculate our cost. Computation of total costs. Now, another changes, these are not changes compared to weighted average method. If you are doing your total cost, you are going to use the current cost under FIFO method. So you don't need to use the balance buffer. So that means for this one, my cost will be these two, 152,000 and 90,000. So I don't need to bring in this one 21,580 because this one is the what? Previous cost. So it is the current cost you are going to use to do your what? Valuation. So I'll come here current cost. For material, it is what? 152,000. For conversion cost, it is what? 90,000. Now let's get our cost per unit. Now my cost per unit, material 152,000 divided by 38,000. So 152,000 divided by 38,000. So this give me 4. So this one is 4 naira. While 90,000 divided by 30,000 units, this one is what? 3 naira. So total is what? 7 naira. You can see now, total is 7 naira. So I'll bring in my 7 naira here. So 20,000 times 7, that will give me 140,000. Do you get it now? Now, on no account you should bring in 7 naira here and here. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't bring it because there is no 100% completion here. It's only output that you can have. You can bring in 7 naira. So that means I have to compute for finished goods and WIP separately. So that will now take me to the next one. Computation of finished goods now. Computation of finished goods. So my finished goods, I have my material and what? Conversion cost. Now for material, I have my unit, true or false. So let's go to the finished good. The unit is what? 6,000 for material. Conversion cost is what? 7,000. So this gives me 13,000. Do you get it now? So I'm now bringing my rates. My rate. Then at this point, let me make adjustments to this. So I'll bring in my rate. Then here I'll bring in the amount. So for material, what is the rate of material? With the new rate, which is 4 naira. For conversion cost is what? 3 naira. So I'll multiply 6,000 times 4. That will give me 24,000 naira. 7,000 times 3. That will give me 21,000. Do you see it now? I've gotten my conversion, the cost. Then I'll now bring in something again. These are now changes. The balance brought forward. This 21,580. The breakdown, look at it, for material is 13,900. So I'll bring in 13,900 here. Remember, I did not use it. It's not part of this valuation. So this is where I will now bring it in. The balance brought forward. Then for conversion cost, which is what? 7,680. I'll bring it here, 7,680. So here will now be my total. So we have 24,000 plus 13,900. This gives me 37,900. While 21,000 plus 7,680, 28,680. So I will now take 28,680 plus 37,900, 66,580. So I'll transfer this one here, 66,580. Now let me explain that part. Now what I did there is that this one you see here, this is for the 60%, the 60% that is remaining. While this one you see here, this is the 40% that has already been what? Completed. So invariably 60% completion plus 40%, that gives what? 100%. Because it is what? Finished goods. But the finished goods is that it was only 40% has been completed, so it remains 60%. So this is the 60% here. So 60% have been processed and completed. Is it? So 60% plus this 40% that we are giving in the intro that have been completed. So that makes the what? 100. This is 100% for material, 100% for labor and overhead. That's how you do it. You have to do them separately. Do you get it now? So the next thing is what? WIP. So computation of WIP. So my WIP, look at it here. So it has material and conversion cost. Material, we have the unit. So the unit is what, 12,000. Conversion cost is 3,000. So that gives us what, 15,000. So it's breaking down into the rate and the amount. So material, what is the rate? We have 4 naira. This one is 3 naira. So 12,000 times 4, that gives us 48,000. 3,000 times 3, that gives us 9,000. Yeah, 48,000 plus 9,000. So that gives 57,000 naira. So this is the cost for what? WIP. So I'll transfer this 57,000 here. So at the end, let's see whether it will give us 263,580. So we have 57,000 plus 140,000 plus 66,580. So that gives us 263,580. 263,580. You can see everything is now balanced. So at this point, we are done with what? FIFO method. We are done with process costing using FIFO method. So I will advise you to subscribe to these videos, download, save, practice all over again until you get it right. So it is not difficult, just need for you to do what? Follow the rules, follow the steps, and make sure that you got it right. So you can practice more questions online. You can also practice from past questions from any of these accredited universities. So FIFO method is not difficult. It's very, very, very easy to understand. It's very simple, like what? Weighted average. So at this point, I call it a day. Thank you. So if you have any question, you can drop your question on the comment box. I will reply to them as soon as I see them. Thank you and God bless you.